I was requested to show how I made my studio setup with these French cleats on the wall. Basically what it is that's on the wall. So you see that side, so that's at the back. And that's on the canvas. So that just slots on there. So basically what's happening is that. So it can't come off. So I'll just attach a canvas to that and just show you. So with my 2 pre-drilled holes, carefully don't put too long of screws in, just slowly put that in and you can see how far it's coming out. So you don't want it to go through the stretcher bar and then out to the canvas the other side. So, err on the cautious side of things. So then all I do is I just put that on the back. That's attached to the wall. That's the back of the wall. So you put your canvas on there, like that. And so as you can see, that they're very secure. They're not going to fall off, and it's easy to put on and off. From the timber yard, I've picked up some of these inexpensive planks. That these came in 3-meter lengths, and they are 20 centimeters by 3 centimeters wide. So I find they work quite good for the supports. So this one's already been cut down, so we'll use this one just to show you. So on my table saw, I'll change the angle from 0 degrees to 45. And it doesn't matter if it's not exactly 45 because you're going to be using the opposite side anyway, so I'll explain that. So now we need to cut this piece of wood. Piece there that measures around about 10 centimeters, and then the other piece here is wider at 12 centimeters, so I could take a little bit off of that if I wanted to, which I'll just put the blade back to 0 degrees so it's straight. So there we go, I've got 2 there that the right size, and those can be mounted on the wall now, which I shall show you upstairs. And while we've got this on a 45-degree angle, I shall cut some pieces to attach to the back of the canvases or the picture frames, which I'll explain again later. So I'll just use any offcuts I've got, again same sort of wood. I found that I had to take the safety guard off when I'm cutting at this angle, so obviously you need to be careful. Or say get a trained professional to do it for you. So these are what I'll use to attach to the canvas, which will then slide onto the runners, which I'll show you. And then what I do is I'll drill some holes into the back. Because this wood will split if you don't pre-drill it. And you can just use an ordinary drill to drill holes there. That I've got a, this is called a pocket hole tool. It's for drilling pocket holes, funny enough. And I've just put a piece of water pipe on there, just so I get the right depth, and I just use that for doing this job here. So to my wall I've attached these 2x4 woods, and they're screwed into the wall here with raw plugs and glued and so on, so you don't want it to fall off. So they've got to be secure, these bits of wood here, to your wall. And then the 2 bits I've just cut are then screwed to this wood here, and with those little pieces I made, that's got the angle going the opposite direction, so they will then slide on, and you can put those onto the back of canvases. That's my tablet holder that I made. Again, it's got the French cleat at the bottom and the top, so I can put it there, I can put it there, And I'm always experimenting. There's another one there I made, and that's actually got magnets on it. I got these from Lidl's. There are other supermarkets, but in their little section of toys, I call it, there's all sorts of things you can buy. They're designed for holding tools and things on, but just a quick release. Put your canvas on there, and put that on there. And I've got a framing gun that fires these pins in, which I use there just to secure, but I suppose you could put a nail or screw in there, but that's just a little design I made. Works okay. Or even a more traditional easel that I took the legs off it and just put those on there, and again that works equally as well, and then you can obviously adjust that up and down as you want it, so that's pretty good. But I use it for a space saving as well. But there's a little rack there, again, just got that French cleat on the back, and then that can be put on your wall and secured, for charcoal pencils or whatever you want to do, paint brushes, paints, or whatever. And this is where I'm currently painting at the moment. Ignore that I wouldn't normally use it. This is just for filming, to raise the palette up so you can see it in the same film shot as the painting. Normally I would just paint on the glass here, but good mixing area is what you want. And this is just off an old picture frame. I took the glass out. I've just used tape around the edge so there's no sharp edges. That's actually a piece of glass out of an old fridge, good safety glass. And all I've done is just painted the underside with just leftover paint, a mid-tone. You could paint it the same colour as that, the burnt umber and white. And the oil paint sticks to glass fine. So this is in the outside studio, which I've painted these black. Any kind of sort of paint just to seal it, stop any sort of sawdust dropping down. You don't want that in your paint really. But I've got two rails there that I can hang my reference pictures on for that one. So again, the same setup. I've got rails here to hold canvases, and I've got different heights, so for different size canvases. And even this glass mixing table here to mix the paint on is held on with these as well, which I've got some supports underneath as well, but that can be easily removed if need be. So there's another one there. Again, just got the angle there going the opposite to what you've got on the wall, and it just slots on there. And all of these are interchangeable for different studios, or if you're painting in different areas. And again, another little canvas holder. Again, I just made that, just a French cleat on the back, piece of plyboard, use my router to cut a hole through there, another French cleat there and there. And it just slides up and down to hold little panels. I find that useful for stuff like the little 5x7s or whatever. It makes it nice and secure, like so. The homemade camera holder, that's on there with a French cleat as well. So I have these all over the place in the studio, so I can, I finish a painting, I'm not struggling where I can put it to keep it dry. All I've got to do is have one of those on. I can paint on the wall with it like that, and I can just take it off and then put it somewhere to dry. There's obviously the other option is you start stacking them up and you soon run out of space. So that's the back of the wall. So you put your canvas on there like that. So good luck in building your studio.